Jo, dragi moji ljudi, srećan svima 1. maj, dan nerada. Dobro večer i dobrodošli u još jedan live stream na Game Free kanalu. Danas nastavljamo i odradit ćemo samo 3. epizodu. Ona traje negde oko 3 do 4 sata, zavisi. Mislim oko 3 sata, ali sa mojim načinom igranja 4 sata, možda malo i duže. A onda ćemo 4. i 5. da odradimo u sljedećem streamu, s obzirom da te dve epizode ukupno traju oko 3 do 4 sata. 5. je najkraća, traje mislim sat vremena samo, tako da plan je bio da ovdje odradim 3. i 4. pa onda da ostavim kao neki cliffhanger za 5. epizodu, međutim 5. bi bila onda samo stream od sat vremena, što se svakako ne isplati, a večeras nećemo da srljamo do kasnu noć. Tako da mislim da je taman da odradimo 3. epizodu. Prvo i drugo smo naravno završili u prethodnom streamu. Ako niste bili tu, niste ispratili, pogledajte čemu se radi. U pitanju je Misterija, gdje vi dolazite u dvorac na ostrvu koji malo više podsjeća na Epstein Island, ono kao, ali dobro, gdje zapravo je vaša majka nestala. Vi pokušavate da provalite šta se desilo sa vašom majkom, a pritom na tom ostrvu, u tom dvorcu su sve poznate istorijske ličnosti kao što su, ne znam, Napoleon, George Washington, predstavnici, ne znam, Vatikana i tako dalje i tako dalje. Stali smo kod 3. epizode, kraj 2. epizode vidjeli ste da je cliffhanger, tako da ovdje ćemo sada da nastavimo. Dobro večer Saška, dobrodošla. Nadam se da je danas bio neradan dan, kao i svima. Da volim da kažem, meni je svaki dan neradan, ovdje sam samo ostao kod kuće. Prva. Vjerovatno jedina. Continue, a?
The only thing I can tell you is that Sarah had indeed changed. In your opinion, why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks?
You must leave me alone now. I have agreed to everything, even to...
But you do realize your mother will have to accept the consequences of her acts.
I hope that your search will prove successful and bring Sarah back to us soon.
I'll be leaving now because whatever it is you're up to, I do not want to know.
Since then, we have become one and the same. We have officially erased the identity of my sister Emma. Emily Hillsborough, the woman with 2 faces.
Everyone seems to be a little unnecessarily heated. Don't forget where you are, please.
Idemo. Du ponedeljka, pa to malo da odmorimo. Jebemo miš. Ajde vidimo šta mi ovdje imamo. Okultizam, manipulation. Evo šta imamo. Ali imamo okultizam ovdje. Okultizam nije loš. Not bad, not bad. Evo ga okultizam, evo ga manipulation. O, desi Saske, desi Saskinjo. I science. Pa ne, ajmo ovo. Desi se, kako je, evo nije loše. Nije loše, ja sam se danas odmarao malo. Montirao neke klipove. I tako. Malo išao napolje s klincem. Kako je kod tebe? Šta ima Saski? Nema Saski ništa. Use a golden elixir. Someone threw you off balance.
Wait, I don't...
So you've come at last.
Easy. Let me turn around. Oh my god, Mother, what has happened to you?
Evo sa skinju upravo rekao šta ima, nema ništa. Šta ima kod tebe, vrti, kakav si?
Me, Louis, your son.
No, you lie. You won't catch me out like that. Louis isn't here. He obeys his mother. He would never have come here.
Mother, I don't know what you've been through, but lower your arm, please.
You think I was born yesterday, do you? But it won't work.
I'm begging you.
One day you will fall.
Mother!
Why are you here?
Oh, crap. Sutra do poju, ja sam danas spavao do 11 i nešto, ali legao sam sinoć oko 12.
Remember, Al-Azif?
I was sure.
Where's the book, Mother?
So that's what you want. Well, you will never find it. Emily died for that.
What's got into her?
You are evil incarnate. Every word that comes out of your mouth is sharper than a razor blade.
I don't wish you any harm. Really, Mother. It's me, Louis.
Don't speak to me about him. You will never get him.
Mother, stop torturing yourself.
Pa to Saski, čekao sam tebe, jebet.
Louis, how can I convince you?
If you really
ako ja nisam danas nigdje išao. Hoću malo da odmaram, bret.
You've been telling it to me since I was 3 years old, Mother. How could I ever forget it? Always keep your mind rational. And open.
You knew it. You are smart. You're getting me muddled up. Tell me, rather, whose place were we at when I told you I was coming here?
Mother, I really am your son.
Tako, Saski, ako nema tebe i Saške na streamu, nema nikog, jebi ga.
We were investigating an art dealer.
His name?
Jao, kako se zove? Van Borchert, ja mislim.
I just told you, you can't trick me. His name was Von Borchert.
My God, everything is lost then. I refuse to believe it's really you, Louis. Otherwise, all this would be for nothing.
Mother, I don't know what happened to you, but don't worry. Everything's going to be fine. I'm here for you and...
No! I ordered you not to come with me.
Ne radim, Saskia. Do ponedjeljka.
Informed me of your disappearance. So I took the...
No!
Evo sine, evo poštenja.
It's not true. It's a nightmare. Don't tell me that. Have you spoken
Gdje si, legendici? Se okreto neki roštilčić.
She completely panicked because I spoke to Mortimer. It seems she's afraid of what he might have said to me about her.
Did he speak to you?
Mother, I don't know what you're imagining, but don't worry. Everything will be all right. If you're worried about what I might think about Elizabeth Adams, honestly...
Oh, Louis! Elizabeth is the last of my worries right now.
Ljubim tebe.
I did what I could for her, but it was too late. Very well. Rational and open, Louis. Since you arrived on the island, has anything strange happen to
Kumovi
you?
su carine jedne
Depends on what you
neviđene.
mean by strange.
Evo kuma, evo. Evo, brteu. Gdje si kodeks Nameks?
Does a savage murder of the secret daughter of President Washington's good friend count as being strange?
What? So Elizabeth is dead?
Stabbed several times. Don't you think it's time you told me what's happened to you?
No, not now. Now shut up and listen to me. We
Može
must
se
still have a
izdržati, ali
chance.
nećeš dugo, bre.
Something of utmost importance is going to play out right here.
Ne znam koliko ćemo moći.
A conference, Louis. I should think all Mortimer's guests have arrived
Kako
by
je
now,
toplo
haven't
vreme,
they?
meni postaje
Yes, they
pakao u
have.
sobi,
Since
vrete,
this
kad
morning.
streamujem.
Perfect. The conference will be able to begin.
Indeed. It shouldn't be long and...
Let me finish. We haven't time. You will attend this conference, and you must find out what Mortimer is up to. Don't trust him, Louis. Understood? Louis, I made a mistake by coming here. We are in the lion's den.
What do you mean?
Čekajte, imamo ove
Mortimer,
QT-eve.
home, their guests. Watch what happens. Do you think it's normal that the representatives of the most powerful nations are here all on their own without anyone else? On an island in the middle of nowhere in total secrecy?
No, not really, but...
Louis! They shape the world. They manipulate us. Everything
Daleko
is decided
međuvremenu.
here and now. They create and break
Nemojte da vam šaljem
states,
kode.
provoke wars, destitute governments, or decide who will be their leaders. Open your eyes!
Mother, calm yourself, please.
Nothing is impossible for them. They are capable of reaching everyone, wherever they may be. Through high society banquets, they model the future of us all. And it isn't at all an issue for them.
And? What do you propose?
It's time to act, my son. You will go to this conference, and from the inside, you'll do everything you can to prevent Mortimer's plan from going ahead smoothly. We can talk later. I'll explain everything.
But why?
Do as I say, Louis. It's of the utmost importance.
I keva da jednu
Beware of
vaspitnu,
Mortimer.
brate, ima
He won't
čutiš i
let
radiš.
anything stand in his way.
You promised me that after...
Yes, after. Go now.
Yes, Mother, I'm going. One more thing, Mother. Emily Hillsborough, Emma's sister, came to this island looking for her sister. She probably won't hesitate to take revenge and...
It's the
Dorčak.
signal that the conference is starting, Louis. Don't be concerned about the Duchess. She's the last of our worries.
Izbaci mi Keva iz podruma. Zaslužio sam. Aj sad ček da vidim. Nema 100 godina, pa kako mi nema 100 godina? Bi su streamao za vikend Saski. Jebi ga, nisam ja pro, brate, nema što svaki dan. Ali grdna ova baba. Ne voli babu, ne voli Trevora. Šta je sljedeće? Otpala mi brada od vrućine. Jeste, od muke. I kosa i brada, bre. Ne, sina, to je uživancija, bret. Samo inicijativno ti nabijam sat. Dere Saski, ja samo govorim, ja samo izričem činjenice. Ova konferencija će se završiti dok ja ću kažem Mortimeru, izvinite što kasnim, čitao sam chat. Ništa, Rajčuga, brate, pozovite sa loua da vam to odradi, taj višak što je ostao, ako je išta ostalo. Ne valja se baciti. Evo, krenuo je Saski u akciju sa Streamlabsom. Nije moj bot napadan toliko ko ovaj kodov. To ti kaš. Meni treba ovih dželija, bret. Ili sam... Ko ne nađem ove dželije, jebo sam ježa u leđa.
Monsieur de Richet, you're the only one missing at the conference. Please join the guests.
Sale bi se sve tacnom. Višak ostao za sandvič, ali za onaj zidarski. Čekaj. Kaže mi, ova epizoda traje oko 3 do 4 sata, kod mene će to da bude 5.
Golden elixir.
Golden elixir. Mislim da je ovdje konferens. Sve čumurom. Evo ih vidite za ovih okruglog stola. Evo Saski upravo popih. Dao sam mu Saski vaspitno, rekao sam nema spama u čatu. Inače će sinin bot da te banuje. Stavio sam 300 i stavio sam na sat vremena, jer Bladi kad krene da zlupotrebljava to, brate, meni se piša posle 20 minuta, cijelu noć pišam, brate.
Louis, I've been expecting you. Thank you for joining us. We are about to begin our conference. Let me explain what is at stake.
Thank you kindly, but what do you expect of me exactly? My mother's the one who's supposed to attend, not me.
That is indeed what was initially intended. Unfortunately, she still hasn't been found, and my guests can't stay here indefinitely. The conference must begin, and it would be truly beneficial to the
Doctor,
order to join in the project. Consequently, I would like you to replace her during her absence. What is at stake here is of the utmost importance.
It's important that the French order gets their say. And should you need any advice, don't worry, you are not alone, Louis.
Ja samo kiselu i pijem, bre.
In concrete terms, how do you organize your discussions?
A conference is always organized the same way. There are two masters of ceremony who determine an important subject.
You and Sir Gregory, I presume.
Exactly. We shall be the masters of ceremony. It was our obligation to each bring to the table several guests in order to debate a subject. Once the debate is closed, a decision will be made by a vote of all the participants.
By a unanimous vote. If the project is not agreed on by all, then it will be rejected.
And neither of the two masters of ceremony have the right to vote.
It's up to the guests alone to decide, Louis. In other words, us.
Gregory and myself are merely the go-betweens. Finally, if the project is validated, each guest goes home and starts working to make it happen.
It can take years.
Can you give me a brief explanation of the aim of it all?
Of course, Louis, I was coming to that. The aim of these meetings is to bring together the most influential people in order to think together about the future.
But the future of who?
Of the world, Louis.
Our desire is to steer the destiny of our respective countries
Da,
for the
da.
good of all, and to no longer suffer the random
Zlikovci.
hazards of history.
How long have you been active?
Oh, this tradition has more or less always existed, Louis. It has continued from generation to generation.
Do you often hold this kind of
Aj,
society
Saskia skokne do
In
YouTube-a.
general,
vidi.
once a year, but in actual fact it tends to be events that dictate our gatherings.
Can you give me an example of an event that was decided here before being implemented in the outside world?
Well, take the French Revolution. It was decided right here 2 years before its implementation in France.
Concerning the case of the French Revolution, I wasn't invited.
Dobit ćeš
But as far
bore.
as the American Revolution is concerned, Louis, I can testify that we planned it 5 years before implementing it, for example.
Dobro se skinju.
Louis, let me keep you a moment.
As you wish.
I would like to let you in on a secret before we begin, because I'm going to need your assistance. You see, the project I'm going to present concerns the territory of Louisiana in North America. It's currently Spanish territory, and I'm going to make the proposition to the Assembly for it to become French.
But how does that concern me?
Well,
će mi
you see,
kupi
I
glas.
prepared this project with your mother. We began thinking about a crazy idea. Unfortunately,
Keva je rekla da mu ne
Sarah
verujem
went
ništa.
missing before getting the bigger picture. I don't intend to stop at Louisiana. My idea is to increase the territory of the United States. The first stone of this vast project consists of getting Spain to cede Louisiana to France. Once it becomes French, France will hand it over to the United States, which will then allow them to double the size of their territory. And that's where you come in. France and the United States, hand in hand, two democracies illuminating the world.
But why spread it over 2 phases? Why not announce the overall project immediately?
Unfortunately, if Spain were to hear that the intention of all this is to allow the United States to grow, they would never sign. Manuel
Može,
Dodon
Saskia.
is
Poštujem,
perfectly
poštujem.
aware of President Washington's appetite. If the United States took Louisiana, Godoy would know full well that he will have lost the entire North American continent. Things must take place in several stages. Otherwise, the change will be too brutal, and he will have no choice but to reject the project. Take a look at them. Apart from President Washington, they all belong to monarchies. Do you really think they won't resist? Of course they'll fight, fearful as they are of losing their precious privileges. But the world needs visionaries, like you, like your mother. It's a pity Sarah isn't here to see it. She only knew about a tiny part of the project. I hope I can count on you, Louis.
Ne,
It's time to start now.
ne možeš.
I must ask you to keep it to yourself for the time being. Take a seat, follow the discussions. We will have an opportunity to catch up later, and you'll be able to let me know your thoughts.
Blast it, Mother. You didn't know about everything. His project is commendable. Why tell me
Detective
from
God.
where? Could you have gotten it wrong?
My friends, I propose we get started.
Boto je, boto je.
First of all, I would like to thank you for taking the time to come.
The honor is ours, my lord.
As per our custom, here we are all together to discuss the face of tomorrow's world. Even though there may be certain tensions between our nations, I must ask you to keep an open mind. As Sarah de Richet is unable to be among us, please welcome Louis de Richet, who will represent the Golden Order and will vote on its behalf when the time comes.
Welcome among us, Louis.
Welcome, Monsieur.
I hope he'll be more effective than his mother regarding the protection of the King of France. The Order has proved particularly inefficient.
Come, Manuel, you're not going to spoil our visit. The Order's mission was not to protect King Louis XVI, as far as I am aware.
We are talking about a king of divine blood, for goodness sake. It seemed obvious to me he needed protecting. If the Golden Order wants to pride itself on being an influential organization, it should have kept him alive.
I'm sorry about the fate of the King of France, Duke Manuel. However, I'm surprised at your remark. How can a man like me have changed the course of things where a man like you, powerful, capable of influencing international politics, was unable to do any better?
Perhaps we may begin, Lord Mortimer. Certainly. I have a dream that our nations will continue to support each other, more now than ever before. A dream that, for the sake of common good, we will do what it takes to ensure stability in the modern world. I have a dream that we shall lead by example and ensure that the American territory may remain in peace.
Thank you for the thought, Lord Mortimer, but I don't see where you're leading.
I'm coming to it, Mr. President.
Pa realno, brate, stvarno, ti si ono klasično pronađi uljezave, jedine koje ne streamuju.
East Coast and Spain, which occupies the remaining two.
Dobro, i Saskia.
Well, I propose that Spain cede the center of the continent to
He has the count.
Namely, all of Louisiana.
Louisiana? But, well, it is not for sale. Lord Mortimer, I sincerely hope I have not come all this way just to hear you ramble on about what Spain should and should not do. When we went to all the trouble of gaining the territory a few years ago, it was not just to lose it today. Have I made myself clear?
What did I tell you, William? You speak of union, and yet here you are, about to tear us apart.
Duke Manuel, I perfectly understand you. But rest assured, you will soon adore...
Tako je, Saskia je profesionalni stream viewer.
Since you give me the choice, my good fellow, allow me to doubt it. However, I am impatient to hear what Spain could possibly gain from the sale of Louisiana.
I never spoke of a sale, my good fellow.
What? I do not understand.
There is one more territory left to conquer, if I'm not mistaken, in the northwest. It is, of course, occupied by your notorious Indians, but...
We shall soon be rid of the savages, so that is not the question.
Duke, these savages, as you call them, were there before you. They are on their homeland.
As much as the black people of Africa, Monsieur de Richet. That does not stop your dear France from massacring them and sending them like cattle to Mr. Washington's cotton plantations to provide him with cheap labor. So you keep your quarrels to yourself, if you please.
Senor, I would not like to be associated with that. The subject of black slaves in the United States of America is a complex subject, which we shall resolve at a future date.
Senor Godoy, you must know that France will soon ban these barbaric practices.
Oh, do not get on your high horse, Monsieur Frenchman. The only reason why France has ceased trading in slaves is because of the commercial blockade that Great Britain has imposed against you. The instant the shipping lanes have been restored, France will again treat these people like cattle.
Come now, my friends, let us not digress. Anyway, these primitive people have no souls, Louis. We bring the good word to them in order to save them. You'll see. Colonization brings with it many benefits, too.
Excuse me, if you don't mind, Your Eminence, I shall continue. Duke Manuel, I believe that Spain should cede Louisiana to France, free of charge.
This is utterly grotesque, Lord Mortimer. What a strange example you set for your young protégé. Isn't that so, Monsieur de Richet? Do you understand anything of this proposition?
Uf, jebote život.
If I were you, Senor Godoy, I would think twice before stirring up a scandal.
I beg your pardon?
Given the size of your colonies, you won't be able to keep them for long. A number of countries are eyeing them as we speak. The United States would have no trouble taking them. For all intents and purposes, you have no army in place. By wanting to keep everything, you risk losing it all, especially your colonies in South America, which are far more valuable to you.
That is indeed the danger, Duke Manuel. If it comes to war over Louisiana, you will lose. And probably a good deal more than you now imagine.
Kako se zove ona kategorija?
You are indeed a dark horse, aren't you?
I must say, William, I find your project mostly disfavors me. I thought you were my friend.
And I am, Mr. President. That is why I'm doing everything in my power to calm your expansionist fervor. France, in Louisiana, should persuade you not to attempt anything to take the territory by force. Louisiana is a vast wetland where you would needlessly lose most of your troops.
Preće sina ti dođe s katanom nego
the perfect opportunity to take back your famous United States. I am protecting you from yourself, George. Trust me.
I understand. But with friends like you, sir, I certainly don't need any more enemies. I hope you know what you're doing.
Am I imagining things, or does it look like Washington isn't aware of Mortimer's plan?
Not to put too fine a point on it, Lord Mortimer, but I doubt the Holy See would be in favor of Catholic Louisiana being handed over to secular revolutionaries and king killers.
I should think Monsieur de Richet has an opinion on this subject, does he not?
Your Eminence, have no fear over that. I am sure France will do everything in its power to protect the Christians of Louisiana.
My young friend, how can you come out with such a remark after the discussion we had on the evening of your arrival? If France was so respectful of worship, it would not be bleeding priests as it is doing at this very moment in time. Don't be naive. This is politics. The Holy See must be concerned at seeing such a large territory falling into the hands of the French. Mi auguro che insegnerete l'educazione a questo giovanotto presuntuoso, Sir Gregory.
Validate bore na čelu.
I hope that you will teach this pretentious young man some manners, Sir Gregory. It looks like I won't be just making friends here.
In any case, my lord, I doubt the English crown will agree.
Ich versichere Ihnen, Emily, nie Preußen wird diese Vereinbarung akzeptieren.
I assure you, Emily, the Prussian will never accept this agreement. Volner looks like he's set on ruining Mortimer's plan.
Duchess, I am persuaded that we shall find a common ground.
That's enough, William. These are grave times. We don't care about the fate of Louisiana. That worthless expanse of putrid swamps interests no one but yourself.
Speak for yourself, my friend.
Hold on there, Mr. Royal Gigolo. Lower the volume, and let Sir Gregory finish.
Home, Godoy, and now Volner? Mortimer's adversaries are ready to tear each other to pieces, and he takes a malicious pleasure in watching it happen.
How dare
Gentlemen,
you?
let us try to remain calm.
There you are, William. See where your projects have taken us, as per chaos. That's enough. I'm tired. We shall continue this discussion tomorrow, but please be aware that your project will never be ratified. Those who are opposed to this project, follow me. Are you coming with us, Monsieur de Richet?
Come, Gregory, I think Louis would rather stay. Wouldn't you, Louis?
Ne.
At the risk of displeasing you, my lord, I'd rather follow Sir Gregory. I don't think this is a place for the order.
Louis? No.
Let him go, Mr. President. Everyone is free to choose.
Kako si ime za ovom vojvodkinjom?
How can he be so blind? If he keeps this up, he'll lead our countries to their destruction.
Don't worry, we shall counter him, Sir Gregory.
We have to act immediately. Calm down, Gregory. We only have to vote against his project, and that's it.
They haven't got a chance. Just one vote will suffice.
True. There is no chance of a unanimous vote. And he knows it. He must be preparing something else. What is he plotting?
I know about his plan.
What did you just say, Louis?
His aim is for the United States to take the whole of the North American continent.
But that is impossible.
A democratic superpower. I don't understand. That has nothing to do with the coming vote.
He will ask for France to take over Louisiana, and then hand it over to the United States, and so double the size of their territory.
Once that's done, he will just need to push a bit more, and you will lose North America, Duke Manuel.
God's blood! Has he gone mad?
No, Johan.
Morat ću stavim stopala, brate, u zabranjene reči tamo na YouTube.
Louis, I would like to thank you for what you've just revealed. If not for you, I don't know if we'd have been capable of deciphering his plans quickly enough to be able to counter him.
What are we going to do now that we know about it?
Destroy him.
No! We'll beat him at his own game, my friends. His plan begins with Louisiana, which is still yours, Duke Manuel. He will begin with you. Expect to receive an envoy, French most probably. He will try to convince you by every possible means. Just one response.
Terminator 1504.
If war is what you want, war is
Hvala
what you
za
get.
follow.
On your own
U
territory,
reči
in your
dobrodošao.
homes.
Otkud ja ovde?
Enough games.
Gdje ću biti?
Spain will join the coalition against France and declare war.
Dobrodošli, hvala za follow.
Duchess Hillsborough, you will speak to the Queen so that Great Britain commits to going to war with France.
What do you expect from the Papal States, Sir Gregory?
What do you think? That they hold a mass? They will go to war, of course. What is it that you didn't understand in what I just told you? We all declare war on France. Militarily, politically, and financially.
And me, Sir Gregory? How can I help?
Louis, you have won my trust. The Order will have to act in France, but even before that, I'm going to need you. Right here and right now. Leave me now. I have to prepare for tomorrow. Let's meet early tomorrow morning for the next phase of the conference, which promises to be
Nije to novi nadimak, to je matur nadimak.
Louis, I'd like to see you a moment, please. Thank you for siding with me today. I won't forget it. I'm going to need you. Help
Cepi po ušima zato što par puta ranije je bilo normalno i onda je sam tako propustio nekoliko follova i onda sam ga nagruvao, bre. Ali znaćeš kad bude raid, to ćeš tek da znaš. Nisam te dugo gledao ni na YouTube-u. Pa na YouTube-u sad samo na ovom kanalu. Biće sutra video. Na oba kanala. Na oba.
I'll do my best.
You should go right away. There's no time to lose. William already has a head start on us.
Very well. I'll go right away.
Ovdje je ideja da sprečimo da se širi američka propaganda. Jes Washington dobar braćala ovako, ali možemo igramo šah zajedno. Svem toga useless.
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later. Chronicles of the Amber Princes. As I recall, Dorkin was my favorite character.
Jebote, ja se stopio lik s vratima, nisam ga ni skonto.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir, but that's impossible.
Come now. There's nothing secret going on in there. Let me in.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I cannot say, sir. I am to follow Lord Mortimer's instructions.
Can you at least tell me who is still in the room? I'm looking for a guest.
Of course, sir. It would seem that only Lord Mortimer and Mr. Napoleon are present. The other guests have gone back to their rooms by another door.
I'm looking for President Washington. Would you know where he is by any chance?
Unfortunately not, sir. All I can say to sir is that the president is no longer in the conference room.
Ah, Saskia, huh?
I'll go looking for him myself. Thank you.
Have a good evening, sir.
A bukvalno, ko oni stokeri koji su već bili u zidu tamo. Ne sviđa se ni meni da se nalivam ko mutav, bre. Jeste zdravo, ali nije zdravo uveče u 11 da popijem 6 litara vode zbog tebe i zbog Bladija i onda celu noć da pišam, bre. A evo da te pitam ko, brata, ima li šta gore nego kad ti se piša u sred sna, bre? O, da je bio neki nered malo.
And his door is ajar. Dear Monsieur Peru, I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Ovdje je bilo neke premetačine, a? Gospodin Peru, meni treba samo loot, a to šta ste vi ovdje radili i koga ste čeračili, to nije moje da istražujem. Kakav loot ovo je? Rajču, u svakoj igri postoji loot. Htjeli mi to da priznamo ili ne? Navodi u njegovu sobu ili nečiju drugu?
My dear Napoleon.
Evo je Napoleonova soba. Da, velimo Napoleon. Lepi topli snovi.
Leave me, Donacije. I don't feel like talking.
Što ti kažem, Saski?
Your door was ajar, and well, given the state of your room, I was worried.
It's none of your business.
Very well. I'll leave you then. See you tomorrow, monsieur.
I asked you to leave me alone. I asked you to leave me alone.
Ne znam, mogu da ga isprovociram. Mislim, ako ga isprovociram, letit ću dole, bre. Vlažni. Eto vidiš, Saski. Try to convince George Washington. A gdje je on, jebot? Mogu je u svoju sobu, bret. Malo da odspavam. Mislim da je ovo. Da. Botu je priprećeno. Rekao sam mu, nemojte zovem kobre, a te razbacaju ovdje za 6-7 sekundi.
Locked. President's personal reserve of laudanum, and judging by the quantity, you can't go without it. Ah, there's also a letter.
Samo su u prvoj epizodi uradili voice acting za čitanje. A prva epizoda je besplatna da se skine, tamo da navuku ljude. U to vreme. I'm returning my answer as quickly as I can. We already spoke about it before you left, but I know that things have not improved. I urge you to follow my advice and to stop taking laudanum, kako bi rekao, immediately. I'm already looking for a substitute, but I'm afraid you want to wait. Your excessive consumption is in danger of definitively impairing your chance of securing your next mandate. Your addiction is jeopardizing the exercise of your office and duties, my friend. I regret I see no other solution but to stop your daily intake. Yours sincerely, Dr. W. Thompson. Dobro. Znači, doca ga uštrojio. Rekao, što si šmrko, šmrko si. Šmrken zibite. Brate, on ima ovdje neki terasovan apartman.
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
Može. Ajde se skinjo. Hvala, brate, što je uzbio. Ne bre, ovo izlaz. Izgleda sam se ja naduvo s ovim ladnovom.
Louis? What are you doing?
Evo ga. Uš.
Mr. President, I won't beat around the bush. I came to persuade you not to follow Lord Mortimer on this.
Lako noć, Saskia.
I appreciate your forthrightness, Louis. That will save us some time.
Saskia.
Well, since you're here, can I get you something to drink?
No, thank you, Mr. President.
As you wish. Well, Louis, it's getting late, and this is not my first conference, so let's get straight to the point. You are here to motivate me to change sides.
I have decided not to follow Mortimer.
I noticed. Every man must make his own choice. What can we say? That's the political game. And you did not commit to supporting Mortimer, so there's nothing for you to feel bad about. So what can I do for you?
President Washington, I regret that my situation is contrary to yours, especially as I really do respect you.
Me too.
That je AI, Sashka.
Let us not mix business and emotion.
Sashka GPT.
Understood. I've just come from a meeting with Sir Gregory and his supporters. They are all rallying against Mortimer's project.
That is to be expected.
Great Britain, the Kingdom of Spain and Sicily, the Kingdom of Prussia, the Holy Empire, the Kingdom of Portugal, of Bohemia, and of Hungary.
I know, Louis. I know. The coalition against France also gives me cause for concern. I'm certainly not saying that, on paper, Mortimer's plan seems very viable. Anyway, you haven't really said what you wanted to say. Tell me, Louis, what have you come here to sell me?
You should join home.
And why would I do that?
I regret to have to resort to such extreme measures, but if you really care about your career, Mr. President, I must ask you to follow me.
I beg your pardon, Louis? Do I detect a threat in your voice, my boy?
You're addicted to laudanum. We both know that this is a powerful opiate that you take on a daily basis to excess. If you don't want it to be disclosed publicly, I entreat you to change sides, Mr. President.
Louis, I was wrong about you. You learn even quicker than I thought. Unfortunately, the fact that you are here trying to blackmail me only makes me cringe even more. You are now walking a dangerous path, young man. I would never give in to this sort of tactic. Do you have any persuasive arguments?
This type of meeting might be familiar to you, but for me, I must admit, Mr. President, it's all a bit over my head.
It's only natural, Louis. But you are managing rather well for a first-timer. You've chosen the wrong allies, that's all.
I hope my mother doesn't hold it against me if I made a mistake. Anyway, if Lord Mortimer does succeed, it would be no mean feat. Did he tell you what he would gain from it?
What do you mean?
Well, Mortimer's plan has been meticulously prepared for many years, I imagine.
Of that you can be sure.
It's only natural, and his plan leaves nothing to chance.
No, that's what...
He never commits his own fortune, let alone his reputation, since you're the one who takes center stage here.
In fact...
Whether he wins or loses, everything is arranged so that he comes out of it intact.
Yes,
You've got to hand it to him, though. He's a master at putting together a plan which puts himself at no risk.
That's true. Don't worry, you can trust him.
Of course. I'll bet he's invested in a river transport company on the Mississippi or somewhere like that.
It's true I had never thought about what he might have to gain. Louis, you convinced me. I congratulate you for your performance, because I didn't think it could happen.
I merely exposed the facts to you.
Don't spoil everything with your false modesty now.
Često ga mešaju sa kodeksom, nameksom.
That's that. In any case, I shall follow you on this one. This may well arouse Lord Mortimer's wrath, but I must put the United States before anything else. Have we finished, Louis?
Absolutely, Mr. President. I shan't keep you any longer. Allow me to take my leave.
Good night, Louis. Get some rest. Tomorrow will be a very big day.
Well, that's one thing out of the way. Only thing left to do is wait for the conference to resume tomorrow morning.
Jo, konačno idemo u sobu, brete.
Good evening, Monsieur le Français.
Yeah.
Duchess, you're here.
Yeah,
what a charming surprise. I'm beginning to think you can't be without me.
You have managed to penetrate my armor, sir. Am I disturbing you, perhaps?
That's not what I said.
Ah, by the way, congratulations on choosing Sir Gregory this evening. You surprised me.
Prvi put sam se zajebao, otišao sam s onom Elizabeth.
Why, Emily? Can't you read me like an open book?
Not as well as you read me, it would seem.
I'll teach you if you'd like.
There's nothing I'd like more.
Tell me, are these visits to Mortimer's always so intense?
Yes and no. My sister doesn't normally disappear like she has. Any news of your mother?
Well, I should imagine you're still shaken. I promise to shed light on my mother's circumstances as soon as possible.
There's not much to shed light on. What your mother did is inexcusable. She won the trust of my sister in order to more easily betray her. She didn't do anything to her. Can we change subject, please?
Tako je.
I didn't come here to go through all that again.
Of course, it's late. You're right.
Vidiš, rečeo kakav sam zavodnik, bre.
Come, Louis.
My friends, do not worry. I assure you that Lord Mortimer's plan will never see the light of day. I shall deal with informing our allies, but for the time being, I need you to make a stand.
What do you think about Monsieur de Richet?
I don't know yet. I feel there's great potential in him.
He looks like he can be trusted.
Why isn't he with us? He was opposed to Mortimer.
I'll wait and see. I'm still not sure of his position.
And Duchess Hillsborough. Why isn't she here?
She's busy. Don't worry about her.
Oh, isn't it time to replace her?
Not so fast, sir. She is an important figure. You ought to have a little more faith in her.
What are we
Zato što je Dača znašla Dača.
He will be a hard nut to crack. On our chessboard, he is Mortimer's king.
Don't worry. Mr. President only wants one thing. To keep his dear America united. He won't jeopardize everything he has achieved on a whim.
He has been serving Mortimer for quite some time. It won't be easy to bring him around. I have asked Monsieur de Richet to approach him. Let us have faith in him. I sense that Mr. Peru is about to surprise us too.
Yet he is Mortimer's strong arm in France.
He knows his time has come, and I believe he's intelligent enough to realize it means he is no longer any use to Mortimer. Do you feel all right, Mr. Godoy? You haven't said a word.
Please excuse me, gentlemen. I feel tired.
Oh, I see. I think it is high time you left us then. Now!
Emily? Emily? Are you there?
Sir, the conference is about to begin. You are expected in the conference room.
Tell them I'm coming.
Emily te iskoristila za sve pare.
Louis, the game is back on.
Ali nema vez. Nisu mi dali da lutujem uopšte u sobi, nisu mi dali ove effort poene. Iako sam spavao, ovo nije u redu.
My friends, the conference is about to begin. Please excuse me if I troubled you last night with my project. I understand that you might well have a few questions to ask. As you know, the final vote will be cast in a few days. This morning's aim is to answer your questions and check the temperature of your respective positions so that we may reach a greater understanding.
As always, Lord Mortimer.
We parted in person.
Ništa, onda te do 31. zovemo kodnim
Where
Čumur.
would you like us to take it from?
Come, sir. Please let William believe he still has a chance of winning us over. Otherwise, his imprecations will lack panache, and we shall be bored stiff.
Oh, let me assure you, I am convinced that a good night's sleep has brought sound advice, and that this morning will be even more interesting. Therefore, I would like to go around the table in order to hear everyone's first impressions.
Well, I am still firmly against it, even though my choice won't count.
Against.
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 And you, Luc Manuel?
Against, of course.
Well, as for me, I am for Lord Mortimer's project, despite Duchess Hillsborough's overwhelmingly convincing nocturnal attentions.
What? So Emily was playing at trying to win over guests last night?
It was nothing more than a friendly little chat, of course.
How could it be otherwise? And by the way, remember me to your husband when you see him. And you, President Washington, what is your position?
Well, you see, Monsieur Bonaparte.
Znači, ova se razvalila noćas.
Forgotten me for a minute. William, I am sorry, but I cannot follow you this time.
George? What?
I am against William. Please excuse me. I cannot commit the United States to such an enterprise. It's just too risky.
Well, that leaves just yourself and Monsieur Peru, Louis.
You're all making me sick. Look at yourselves.
What?
You are pathetic!
Have you been drinking or what?
There you are, quibbling away. My lord Duke this, and Madame Duchess that. You know very well that we're nothing but puppets on a damn string.
Jacques, really?
Let's end the charade. It's over.
Jacques.
My lord, thank you for everything you've done for me over the years. But it didn't come for free. And now I see the price is too high to pay. I'll stop.
Come, Jacques, we'll talk it over.
No, I'm finished. I want my freedom back, my lord. I shall no longer work for you.
Wait!
Donacije, you just can't help it, can you? Stop trying to play the
Ovoga se ne
hero,
sjećam prvi put kad sam igrao.
Monsieur, I know I don't really know you, but you seem like a decent person.
I have done so many horrible things.
You blame yourself, I can see that. Everything's not lost.
Prvo sredi sobu, urmpalio, pa se onda rok.
You can take control of yourself again. You can fix whatever it is you've done.
Do you really believe
that? Završimo igru ranije.
Of course, Jacques. You'll have all the time you need. Look, you've done as much as you can. You have nothing to fear. Your daughter is safe.
Shut up!
Nemoguće se završila sad epizoda 3. Fuck. Sorry, nije završila epizoda 3, nego chapter. Znači, jedno što sam mogao da uradim je da spasim ovog Perua. A ovo ostalo su sve alternate 5, znači to je ili. Jebi ga, htio sam da ga ono na ćerku da ga smlatim, znaš, kao porodica ovo ono. Jebe se njemu za porodicu.
I don't understand. I spoke to him only recently.
Monsieur Peru has lost his mind. It's obvious.
Yet another way for the French to make a spectacle of themselves. Well, once again, it has worked.
My friends, let us settle down, please. We are all in shock, of course. Let us praise Louis's gesture anyway. You did what you could.
Yes, it was very noble of you, Louis.
It wasn't your fault.
There was nothing else you could have done.
I think everyone needs a little rest. Can you stay a moment?
Of course.
Conviction, politics. Ajmo ovo. A ovdje science, erudition, manipulation. Evo ga, science. Ovako ćemo. Da buđimo i ovo. Razmišljao sam da ga ponovo roknem, ali vidjet ću. Detroit mi je, mislim, dobra mi igra, ali...
Louis,
razmišljao sam Telltale Batmana ponovo da igram.
What has happened? All this is tragic, but I wanted to thank you for doing what you could.
I wasn't able to save him.
You couldn't, Louis. You mustn't blame yourself.
Evo tu i Detroit i Heavy Rain i...
Of course, but I thought I could help him.
I guess it was too late. Don't torture yourself. Look what you've done. I admire what you did. Who else among all these great luminaries of the modern world even raised a finger? No one. You were the only one who tried to do anything. What a waste.
What are your plans now?
What do you mean?
Korak sa Saškom.
After the disappearances of both Elizabeth Adams and my mother, and now the death of Mr. Perlu, I should imagine that your guests are all packing their bags.
This might come as a bit of a shock to you, perhaps because it was so difficult to bring all these figures together. But I am convinced that none of them is preparing to leave.
Are you serious?
They are all very experienced politicians, and though they are, of course, affected by the situation, they know full well that such an opportunity will not come again for a long, long time, if ever. They each represent their nation, and know full well that what is at stake here is far greater than the death of poor Monsieur Peru. You'll see. I am confident that they will all be ready to resume the conference.
If you say so. Allow me to take my leave, please.
Of course. You ought to get some rest. Oh, Louis, one more thing, please. What a pity you didn't support me during the conference. I hope I can count on you on the day of the vote. This major project needs men like you, Louis.
And you never know, right? Maybe by then, I'll see things differently.
Well, thank you for allowing me to believe in that possibility, Louis. From here on, I shall make it my mission to persuade you to change your vote.
Be my guest. But I hope your arguments are very, very persuasive, because I'm not the only one who isn't on your side.
Oh, rest assured, I am working on it.
Very well, then. I'll see you later, my lord.
I'll see you later, Louis.
Ovo skloni bar ovog mrtvog papagaja odavde jebet. Ili još nije provalio? Da smo ga upokojili.
Dante's Purgatory. Why does your mind presume to flight when you're still like
pa rekoh ti.
Grub?
Ali tad si već vjerovatno prelazio u... Razmislit ću. Igrao sam ja Detroit, ali mogu bi da idem nekim drugim putem, ako uopšte ima fora da se vidi šta si birao. A imam ga na PlayStationu. A kažem ti, razmišljam se da krenem ponovo da pređem Batman Telltale. Mnogo mi gotivna ta igra. Metni, vred. Pa onda i mene malo da bole guzovi, ja. Istraži malo ove sobe, brate.
Congratulations, Monsieur de Richet.
What the fuck?
You made the right decision at the conference. What can I do for you?
Do you have any news regarding your search for the Al-Azif?
Good. You are straight to the point this time. I appreciate that. I shall allow myself to reply only because we are now on the same side. But keep it to yourself. My search is over. We have it.
Congratulations. You were quicker than me.
Oh, don't blame yourself. You had no chance of getting the better of Sir Gregory.
Well, at least I tried. So, tell me, where did you find it?
Would you believe that your mother gave it to Emily's twin sister before we arrived on the island?
Da,
apparently she asked her to hide it, and once she had done so, your mother intended to kill her. But Emma, Emily's sister, survived. So Gregory realized this and hid her in his apartment to tend to her, without anyone knowing. When she came around, Emma rallied to Sir Gregory and told him where the Al-Azif was. And that was it. That's one good thing, done and dusted.
Is anything wrong?
Tačno tako.
Oh, well, if I were you, Louis,
što bi rekao Kari Pešić,
Emma is still alive.
Skinuo sam gać.
When your mother turns up, I wouldn't be surprised if she considers she has a score to settle with her.
You're right. It's quite probable.
I think that Sir Gregory will do all he can to calm the situation down, but there's no guaranteeing that she won't find a way of taking her revenge on your mother. However, keep it to yourself. We never spoke to each other.
Thank you for this information, sir.
Oh, don't mention it, Louis. It's natural. We are playing on the same side now. You can always count on me.
On that note, I don't want to take up any more of your time.
Oh, not at all, Louis. Come back whenever you want.
I'll see you later.
Valja se za prvomajski uranak. Hoće, vidi, ne mogu više u njegovu sobu. Ljudi, dajte mi da lutam nešto. Nemamo ovih dželija. I need some jelly. Jer ima koje su sklonili leš, jesu, dobro su setili, breti. Fuck. Evo ga ovaj.
Your Eminence.
Ah, Louis. You were admirable. You
didn't
manage
počnem
to
se
save
tresem,
pale,
bre.
but whatever you do, don't blame yourself. You did your best.
Thank you, Your Eminence.
It's not going to help matters for Mortimer. Now he has one less vote for the conference.
You don't seem too affected by it, though.
Louis, I do not appreciate your remark, which I will put down to the indiscretions of youth. I am here in the interests of the Holy See. But I am above all a Christian, and it hurts me to see lost souls take a wrong turn.
Jesi Gritsko?
Of course.
Ili
But
Makazu?
even with such a setback, I'd still be wary of Mortimer. I sense he has still a few surprises in store for us.
Oh, I fully agree with you. I've been told about Washington.
Zakačio noktima pogrešno slovo.
Congratulations, Louis. I must admit, though, when I first saw you, I I would never have put money on you succeeding. Well, I was wrong.
Thank you, Your Eminence.
On that note, I shall leave you, Louis. I see you later.
Dobro, kod njega svakako nema ništa. Da... Ko kaže da nema ništa?
Amber.
Amber. Amber.
Idemo niš.
Idemo niš. Idemo. O, hvala presvetom K. E, sad sam ušao kod ovog baći.
Golden elixir.
Viš, mogao sam protiv ovog... Kad sam nagovarao ovog prva, mogao sam da koristim ovaj Devil Store, da mu vidim vulnerabilities, pa da izbjegavam to. Ali jebik. Ja, bladi! Nije bladi, nije, Rajču ga je poslao. Onda idemo za Niš. A evo Bladija. Prizvala si ga.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Monsieur de Richet, I have no time. I was about to join Sir Gregory. Come back later.
I wanted to talk to you a moment and...
I am expected. I'm sorry. We shall talk later.
Što bi izbaci španska seljačina, bre?
No answer. Nothing.
Emily? Emily, are you there? Emily!
Yes. Louis, is that you?
Yes, let me in.
I'm sorry, Louis. I don't feel very well. I'll see you later.
Are you sure everything's all right? Are you still there?
S obzirom da su noć pre toga čerečili, ne znam kako može se osjeti dobro.
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost. It's a beautiful weapon. Levi Damask blade. It's marked with the initials of the manufacturer in Versailles.
Jebe, kod odlučio, brate, za 3000 sati da časti ekipu na Discordu.
I am sorry, sir, but you are unable to access Monsieur Peru's room while we gather his personal effects.
Okay.
I already mentioned it yesterday. Either to you or to someone else.
Gas!
With you people. Your yes is not sufficient. Tell the others, for crying out loud. Remember to close my window once you've done my room. This is it.
Monsieur Bonaparte.
Sorry, Dorishi. I have no time for traitors such as yourself.
I beg your pardon?
If you are here, it's because Lord Mortimer agreed to include you. And what's the first thing that you do? You betray him by following Sir Gregory and bending over backwards to turn Washington against him.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was free to vote as I pleased. I didn't realize I had to vote for Lord Mortimer in order to show my gratitude toward him. Hey, he invited me here to come and look for my missing mother during his high society party. I'm sorry, truly sorry. I don't know all your customs yet.
It's just common decency that when invited to a man's castle, you don't go and to pee on his boots. Is it too much to ask?
I guess it is.
Gde ode Shorty, brate? Pobeže Shorty, jebate. Gde beš ovo vodi? Sad nigde. Ovdje je... Aha, sad nisam već pričao o me na duvo. Ništa, ajmo u sobu. Jebe ga, sad nema Emily, brat, ima Liv Pro. Mislim da... Cijena ovaj chat. Ne može se meri sa Salkanom. Evo Elizabeth, bret, pročistila se.
Louis, open up, please.
Coming, Mr. President, I'm coming.
Louis, there you are at last.
Yes,
I just saw your mother. She was accompanied by Emily, and they both went into the Duchess's room. I tried to join them, but I was refused entry. Louis, this does not bode well.
Oh, shit. Emily might want to avenge her sister. I must act quickly.
You're right, Mr. President. Thank you.
Ostanite vi, gospod predsjedniče, u mojoj sobi. A mene ko jebe? Idemo.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
I do believe that's Emily's voice. I can't understand what she's saying. I can't open it. It must be blocked on the other side. I'll have to find another way in, quick.
Dobro, idemo onda...
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
Kroz terasu, bret.
Through the balcony. I have to get inside Emily's room through the... Shit! locked.
Ej, jebi ga sad, burazeru. Ajmo.
It's as if there are several people inside.
Once again, you're the one who's the victim in all this. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. That's
William Pitt the Elder, addressed to Emily,
I'm not that naive.
a devil's thorn, to be used to uncover the best disguised traits.
A letter from William Pitt the Younger, addressed to Emily. He's the present Prime Minister of the United Kingdom.
Dear Gregory.
All right, I've retrieved everything.
Aha!
What on earth is... You... Mother?
How dare you do this to me? You can talk. After everything I've done for you. You are joking, I hope, right? I gave you my life. That's enough, Emma. Now that Louis is here, you will leave Sarah alone. Cease your revenge immediately. What? If you think you're going to... Louis, help me, I beg you. I can no longer reason with her. I am Emily. Quit playing games.
Izgleda.
What?
Kada zamisli sad ovu situaciju.
No. I am Emily. You are wasting your time. Louis knows very well how to tell us apart. After everything we've been through together.
Yes, well...
Don't you dare bring him into this. This is between you and me. I ask for nothing more, so stop taking it out on Sarah. You prissy little bitch. How dare you?
To su dve sestre
bez
nakinje.
Now that I've told you everything, you want to take my place, do you? You are joking, I hope. I'm the one who told you everything that's been going on while you were away. Go on then. That's what you want, isn't it? You want to kill me. Go on then, shoot. After all the trouble I've gone through to find you. Go on. What are you waiting for? Here, Louis, take this.
Lako najčaška.
An entire
Hvala za
life for
druženje.
this. Go on, shoot. Sorry, Louis, I can't shoot her. She's my sister. That's enough, Emma. Louis, out of the way. She's dangerous. Don't trust her. What are you trying to do? Louis, out of the way. I am not Emma. Come on, Louis, tell her who the real Emily is.
Wait,
That's right, Louis. I'm fed up with this little game. Tell him who the real Emily is.
Why do these things always happen to me?
Well, Louis, come on, you know how to tell us apart, right?
Yes, but I'd like to ask you a few questions to make sure there's no doubt.
Rational and open, Louis. Let's see. How can I tell them apart? Wait, I've got an idea.
On the night of our arrival... Who was with us on the wharf?
Cardinal Piaggi, who couldn't stop talking. Louis, I already told her about our arrival. I know, because I was there. The Cardinal went up. You felt poorly, Louis, and I offered you my handkerchief. I was there.
Right. Let's find something else.
Jest.
Ah, yes. Let's speak about my arrival at the manor. On the night of our arrival, we were warming ourselves in front of the fire. Mortimer welcomed us in a very odd way. What happened?
It won't work, Louis. It wasn't Mortimer who welcomed us. It was Sir Gregory. Sorry, Louis. I already told her.
Very well. Let's try something else. On the first night, we went up to bed, but I wasn't tired. I went for a little stroll. Did we get a chance to speak?
Certainly not. I was exhausted and went to bed.
Don't think you're going to get away with this deception so easily. I can assure you, you're going to regret pretending to be me once Louis has exposed you.
Right. I don't think I'll get very far like this. I'll have to find something better.
Oh, I don't think I'll even wait until he's finished.
Take it easy now.
Neću da čeka da završim.
Lower your arm.
Napeto, napeto.
If I don't want things to get out of hand.
Come on, she's putting one over on you. Look at yourself for crying out loud. You were prepared to shoot me down.
In the secret room behind the study. Talk to them about what you've been doing. Maybe they haven't spoken about it between each other yet.
On the night of the disappearance of Elizabeth Adams.
What about it? What do you want to know about that night?
We found ourselves in Mortimer's secret gallery. What did we find in that room?
A load of old junk that Mortimer had collected. A so-called Pandora's box in the form of an urn. An old sheepskin that he must take for the golden fleece. The Bible of Judas. Property deeds as old as the hills. And a broken old sword. You are wasting your time, Louis. She already knows all that. Of course I do. I was there. That's enough! I've had enough of this charade.
Oh, no.
Louis, there's only one way to tell us apart. There's just one thing I didn't tell her about in detail. Too bad for you, Emma. I didn't want it to come to this, but you leave me no choice. Ask her about you and I. You just lost, Emma. I indeed didn't tell you everything about it. Come, Louis. Speak about our intimacy.
Very well. Let's talk about us. Last night, you came to visit me, and I can't help wondering why. Why did you come to my room?
Louis, you must be mistaken. I did not go to your room last night, and that's where your little game ends, Emma. Because I never told you about it. So, there you can't answer. What? No! You didn't do that. I didn't want you to be jealous of Louis. Remember how you always used to react whenever you felt you were competing against a man? You dirty...
That's enough. I've had enough of this charade. That's enough, both of you. Now I know who the real Emily is. You are Emily Hillsborough.
I knew you wouldn't get it wrong, Louis. No! You little bitch! Watch out, Louis! No!
Hell, what have I done?
See what you've
Pobij
done.
ih ja sve, bret.
See.
A Keva...
What on earth is going...
Mother!
Go. You must leave. Everyone's going to arrive.
Louis, what's going on?
Duchess? Is everything all right?
Go! Go, Mother! No one must find you here.
Go.
Come, Louis. There's nothing more you can do.
But I...
Leave us.
Emily, what's going on?
Mother, go to the crypt. I'll meet you there.
I'll be waiting for you.
Emily.
Madam, I'm coming in.
It was bound to end like this, Louis. Let me stay with her, please. Go, I'll cover you.
Rampile. Idemo kod Mother. Treba sad sjetiti puta do mother... Aha, okej.
Good God! They're all here. They must have heard the gunshot.
Where is Lord Mortimer?
Can anyone hear anything through the door?
Did you hear that? I was not dreaming, was I?
Certainly not, Duke Godoy.
What's going on?
Someone had the bang coming from the Duchess's room. She isn't answering.
Someone heard a bang.
Go back to your rooms. Go back
It was
to
me.
your rooms. I shall find out from Lord Mortimer what this is all about. Thank you.
My instructions are clear, sir. No one is to enter.
No one gets in, no one gets out. As simple as that. Ima li ovdje nekakvog luta? Ovdje je bilo jebot. Nema Milcije da dođe. Toliko sam jako bengovo da je sestra ostala s metkom u glavi.
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Nije, nema ovdje nešto se pokupi jebot. Opa, Royal Jelly, idemo.
A chest with a motif representing the alchemical symbol of water.
I Royal Jelly, ja. Burazeru. I Ember, opa. Dobro je, malo sam se napunio luta. I ovdje je bilo beše nešto, ako se dobro sjećam. Dobro. Aha, ovdje pa skoro sam pun sad svega. No pun intended. Idemo, op.
Golden elixir.
Idemo kod Keve, bret. Podrum. Mother. Mother. Evo me, Kevo, stižem ti u rupu.
Louis! At last, there you are.
Mother, wait,
Come, we have to be quick.
No, wait, Mother,
Time is running out, Louis. First, we must...
No! That's enough. I won't go a step further unless you explain to me what is going on here. I'm begging you. Talk to me.
You must trust me, my son. You are not ready yet.
You're the one who should trust me. Tell me what's happening.
You would never believe me.
I came all the way here for you. Now I've found you. I'm ready, Mother.
If only... Louis, I have always taught you to keep your mind open and rational. I know you are going to find this hard to believe, but what I am going to reveal to you is entirely true. Many years ago, I found out that demons really do live among us.
I beg your pardon?
And that they can influence our thoughts.
Mother, listen to yourself. I know you're exhausted, but for crying out loud, listen to what you're saying. Demons? What next? An ancient monster with a head like an octopus? What do your demons look like? Have they got horns and a pointed tail?
No, these are not creatures with billy goat's legs. Forget your Christian folklore. Imagine them more as parasitic spirits. They possess their hosts and direct them from inside.
Parasitic spirits?
Yes, they are capable of going from one body to another as they see fit. And 2 of them are present on this island.
Right, so let me guess.
The Boogeyman and Father Christmas. Ne.
Lord Mortimer and Sir Gregory, right?
You felt it too?
No, even if Home does look the part. But
I
don't know who else could do it, given that we're on their territory.
Many years ago, well before you were born, I crossed paths with one of them. Since then, I've spent my life trying to find it again. When we recovered the Alizif, I was persuaded that von Burchard was working for this demon in one way or another. But I thought he would hand the book to a middleman during this conference. That's where I made an error that could well turn out to be fatal. The one who Burchard was meant to give the book to was none other than the demon in person, Mortimer. Not to mention that Home had sent Volner to get it for him.
Home and Mortimer are demons?
They both seem to disagree about many things, but I'll admit I never knew exactly why. There are many of them, Louis, not just those 2.
Mother, have you any proof to support any of this?
Of course, but you do too. You had everything laid out in front of you. Didn't you notice anything?
Šta sam provalio? Aha.
I went beyond the nightmare, Mother.
You understood the Masonic date.
1191.
Of course! It was during that siege that the demon took possession of Sir Mortimer. They spent a whole night in conversation until the early hours of the morning. Mortimer had passed the test. He had charmed the demon, and so it chose him to be its host for centuries to come. But tell me, did you find his secret study?
I did indeed.
Did you see his maps of the world?
He has contacts the world over.
Yes, I've been developing the Golden Order across the world for many years, and I've never seen anyone with such influence. It's simply inhuman.
Well, those property deeds across the world, all signed by the same hand and over several centuries.
I am proud of you, Louis.
I found your notes written in lemon juice.
Where all eyes size you up. At one stage, I was so afraid of losing my mind that I noted everything down. Congratulations, Louis. Wait, please tell me you didn't open Pandora's box.
The urn? No, I didn't. Why?
Good. We'll deal with it later.
I must admit, I found it difficult to understand how and why Mortimer didn't have a place in history.
On the continent, Mortimer and Holm are mere dandies who organize society balls. History forgets them with a disconcerting facility. No one speaks about them, and yet they whisper in the ears of kings and presidents.
You mean the conference?
How can you explain that someone manages to bring together so many important figures without anyone knowing?
And without any security or personnel.
Louis, I am proud of you. You came all this way, you found me, you have surpassed me.
You taught me everything I know. Right. How did it all begin?
I saw him!
What do you mean you saw him?
I was 20 years old. I was young and carefree. I traveled the world in search of adventure. In the Persian Gulf, we came across an ancient grimoire that became unlocked. Composed of 7 parts, each one was a book in itself, set in a sort of metal armor that structured the whole thing. When all the volumes were brought together, they formed a single book. On my return to Paris,
Teška ruka, vred. Sama ide ovako.
I spent all my days and nights studying them.
Oh, I can imagine you doing that.
But the writing was in a language I had never seen before, developed well before Sumerian in my opinion. So I got the idea to form a small occult circle composed of all the major names in the occult world.
Ja sam očekivao će padne neki kazan.
And you found no one.
And I found someone, Louis. I found him.
Stvari tebi izašao je bre ovaj
He was young, charismatic. He was
Norest, tako?
Wait a minute, who are you talking about? Von Borchard?
No, Mortimer, of course. He was a veritable mine of knowledge. I showed him the book, and he was able to decipher a few passages. We spent several months together studying the pages.
He was already old in those days, wasn't he? So you recognized him when you arrived on the island, right?
No, he wasn't.
Ali izašao ovaj Norest? Nekoga je danas igrao. Duše možda igrao ono starije.
I swear it was him. The way he spoke, his posture, a few of his intonations, his mannerisms.
Ja me zezaš.
You were talking about 60 years ago. I've lost the thread.
Yes, sorry. He helped me understand certain passages until I realized that he only translated a few parts.
Što svesno uradili Vibe ili slučajno?
It was too late.
How so?
I mean to say he manipulated me. He used me, and in the end, he stole the book with all its secrets.
Did he ever go to your place?
Not once. At least I don't think so. But before disappearing, he proposed a pact between us. He proposed that I follow him and let him teach me, allow him to bring me up.
And you accepted.
Please don't be stupid. You don't make deals with the devil.
Dobro, ali mislim
After that, I spent my whole life looking for him. 3 years later in Berlin, I just missed him. In London, I lost 6 members of the order in a chase. In 1741, in Tunisia, I found a sect of fanatics
Ark Raiders, poprilično interesantno izgleda igra.
1741 in Poland, 1749 in India.
8 years ago in Venice.
We agreed never to speak about what happened in Venice, Louis.
You agreed, and that was before you spoke to me about demons. Wait. The baby we delivered, you and me, that night in Venice,
vole taj žanr
did he have anything to do with Lord Mortimer?
Extraction, looter, shooter.
His son.
We stole his son? Are you insane? I always thought we took him to save him.
That was the case. It was precisely to save him from his father.
Need I remind you the mother died during childbirth? What became of the child?
Later. For the moment, that is not the key issue here. Once we found the Al-Azif in Paris, I followed von Borchardt's trail here. I didn't think it would lead me straight to the demon. It was careless of me. He toyed with me for a few days, until I caught on, until I saw him as he was. But he had no intention of letting me leave. We are all his pawns, Louis, and if we don't want to spend the rest of our lives turning round in circles here, we must absolutely get off this island. All right, can we move on?
Wait a minute. One last thing.
Mislim da mi je ovo najbitnije.
What did you negotiate about the Al-Azif with Volner?
Absolutely nothing. I managed to pull the wool over his eyes until I found a way to flee.
Znači da me on ne zajebe.
I want to know what happened with Elizabeth Adams.
Louis, we haven't time for those details.
I'm sorry, Mother, but I want to know.
She was one of the receptacles for these monsters. I met her parents when she was born. One of the demons got inside her. The demon used her to spy on her father, John Adams. He is one of the founding fathers and vice president of the United States, you know.
Mortimer possessed her?
No, I don't
think it was Mortimer. Her
father, John Adams, hired me to tend to her, but the evil in her was too deep. In spite of the various treatments I tried on her, I never succeeded in getting it out of her. It's not something I'm proud of, Louis, but I had to try everything.
Jesi ti grindao dosta s njim, Brett?
Do you know who killed her?
Absolutely not.
I want to know what happened between you and Emily's sister.
Great responsibility often brings difficult choices, Louis. That's all you need to know.
Mother, I won't take a step further if you don't answer me.
You dare blackmail me?
I'm listening.
All right, I used her. So there you are. Happy now? We had the Al-Azif, and I didn't think we would be able to escape with it. In order to ensure that the book did not fall into their hands, or that one of them couldn't read in us where we had hidden it, I asked Emily to...
It's Emma.
Yes, or rather for me, it was Emily. So I asked Emma to hide it without anyone seeing, and then I disposed of her. I am sorry for her, but she was part of the Golden Order, Louis. She knew the rules when she joined.
To je tačno.
What was going on with the cannons in Tuscany?
It was nothing.
Since when does the Order finance wars?
The cannons for that Bonaparte fellow? Listen. Once in the lion's den, I did whatever I could to appear legitimate.
Treba da ti ograniče koji ti je maksimalan level za tu regiju i da ti ostaje kad dođeš do maksimalno da ti ostaje karaktera, onda sljedeća regija da kreće od tog nivoa ili od nekog nivoa manje, nebitno.
If buying China would have enabled me to escape, I would have signed without hesitation.
Sad ćeš ove 3 regije da grindeš ponovo oko blesavi, onda će dodaju još 2 i onda će ti ovo obriše i pa mislim ne znam.
Samuel Ritter du Choix. You wanted to send me a letter about Godoy.
I wanted you to run a check on Duke Manuel. But frankly, it doesn't really matter anymore now.
Treba vidjeti na netu da li stvarno vriši ili ne, mislim, možda neki sjeb.
He is not the one I was looking for.
Onda im pišeš da ti vrnu karaktera.
You know, I found your package under a wharf plank.
Thanks for not touching it.
On the evening of my arrival, Cardinal Piaggi came looking for you. He was determined to give you a letter.
More of his lists. Louis, I think I know what's in that letter, and I beseech you to believe that it is the least of our worries. We can sort that out later.
Ne.
Are you going to tell me what happened to your hand?
Better than that, I shall show you.
Ovog se sjećam sa rukom jer na kraju ćemo, mislim da je na kraju 4. epizode ima cliffhanger kada rešavaš puzzle koji ako pogrešno rešiš možda ostaneš bez ruke.
Good. I think that's about right. We shall speak about it once we get back to France.
Tako da ako se sjećam...
Great actions for humanity have been decided by demons for centuries, Louis.
To nas čekam.
They are playing with our destiny. We are their slaves. And it's time for it to stop. By the way, what was Mortimer's project at this conference?
He demands that the Spanish hand over Louisiana to France.
Oh, knowing him, it won't stop there. We should do our utmost to put a stop to Mortimer's plans. But for the time being, there are more pressing matters.
Let's go, mother.
Are you going to tell me why we're here?
Evo ga taj puzzle. Možda si ovdje to dešava.
That's why we are here.
Bethlehem, Nazaret, Bethesda. Dobro.
Reassure me, we aren't going to have to force that one, are we?
I don't think we're even capable of doing it. You're going to have to find a way to open it.
Why, of course. And what's inside?
Something to vanquish them with?
Perfect. So, how does it open?
We'll need several keys. I found a note from the architect who conceived the mechanism in Mortimer's secret study. We have to first gather 5 objects before we try anything.
Are the 5 objects the keys?
Exactly. We have the Clement III cross, the nails, the Gutenberg Bible, the exegesis of Judas, an armillary sphere, and all we need to match up the dates between the different calendars.
Why a cross?
Well, I haven't the foggiest idea, but it just so happens that's what you are going to use to activate the mechanism. I found the one Mortimer kept. It belonged to Cardinal Guibert, better known by the name of Pope Clement III.
Perfect.
Da, vaše bez veze što su obrisali karaktera.
When I lost my hand, I went dashing out, and it must have fallen from my pocket.
Remember, Mother, I'm certain you can remember.
Let me think.
You were running.
I was bleeding to death.
You remember the pain.
I thought I was going to faint. Yes, I remember. I don't think it can be far, can it?
Would you have lost it outside?
No, I don't think so. It must be in the area. I don't remember going up with it.
Perfect. I'll search the crypt before leaving. Some nails?
Don't ask me. I'm not the one who made the mechanism, you know. When I arrived, there were already a few of them inserted,
Mogli su da ti ostaje karaktera pa makar i zaglavljenog u toj jednoj regiji.
I remember seeing some in Mortimer's secret study, behind his nightmare.
In a golden cup? Yes. Yes, I saw them too.
Perfect. It will be easy for you to find them then. You need 3 of them.
Very well.
You remember what to do about the rollers. 1191 to enter, and 6466 to exit.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
An exegesis. Anything else?
Did you manage to vanquish the Medusa?
To open the chimney? Yes, absolutely.
So you've already come across it. It's the Bible of Judas that is exposed in the secret room behind the chimney.
Why do they call it an exegesis?
Because that's what it is, and not an apocryphal Bible, strictly speaking. It's the study of a text with a summary, not an actual Bible. Anyway, well done for the Gorgon. You did well. You didn't get tricked by the light bouncing back.
Thanks. Do you think I can take it safely?
We haven't got a choice, Louis. Without it, we won't be able to work out this cursed mechanism.
No.
This is the book in which you left your correspondence
I
with
šta
Dutch
kažu
Gilbert,
ljudi?
isn't it?
That's right.
Jesu nezadovoljni jer je stvarno kao pa okej.
I don't know. There is only one way
Kao
to
što
find
ste
out.
očekivali u Early Accessu.
I shall go and see. There's one in the portrait gallery.
Yes, but it's enormous. If you don't want to have to go back and forth several times, then I suggest you get a smaller one.
What did you do then?
I didn't think I'd need one. I started without one, and I lost my hand before I did need one. And you can see the result.
What do you mean by the concordance of dates exactly?
Don't worry about that. We already have them. They are written on the back of the message I just gave you. One last thing before you go. Be very careful. If you come across anyone, they can all potentially be spies of Mortimer or Holm. Don't ever confide in anyone because a demon can slip inside them at any moment.
Wait, not all of them though. Take Washington.
Especially Washington. He's been conditioned by Mortimer for years. Look at them, for crying out loud. How do you explain their behavior otherwise? The most influential politicians in the Western world gather together without the least protection, without a single aid to assist them, to participate in a conference during which the guests start dropping like flies. Me, Adams, Peru, Hillsborough. Look at the number of calamities that have happened over the past few days. And not one of them has asked to leave the island? Do you find that normal? You'll see. Go up to the manor to look for the keys, and I wager not one of them will speak to you about my being in Emily's room.
Do you think so?
Go on, you'll see. And come back with all the objects in one go. Time is against us. And remember, the code to get out of the secret office is 6466.
Rekli smo da je ovo jedno ovdje, bret.
Famous cross of Clement III.
Evo ga.
One key found.
You ought to go, Louis. If someone finds
Nećemo sad da se bavimo analizom ovoga, idemo prvo da skupimo šta treba, pa ćemo onda da analiziramo kako radi ova brava. To je ovaj mehanizam. Ništa, ajde idemo, brate, pa... A gdje završimo, jebik. Jel možemo ovdje da uđemo? Beš, ova vrata se ne koriste, ne, dobro. Mislim da ovdje već onda mogu da uđem. Dobro.
Right. It's definitely an armillary sphere, but I have to find one that I can take with me. Otherwise I risk drawing too much attention to my comings and goings. Now, where can I find a smaller one.
Dobro. Možda ima ovdje.
Right. Let's see if the statues are in place yet.
Pa jesu. Ovo je bio ovamo. A ne, ovo je bio kam. Ne znam. Da, meduza je bila okrenuta ka... Štitu.
Open sesame. The Ring of the Nibelungs. Even if Mortimer is several centuries old, I don't see what part he has in this legend. So that's Pandora's box? An urn? Mother seemed worried that I was able to open it. I wonder why.
Aha, Biblia.
So that's the exegesis of Judas. I hope Mortimer doesn't read it very often. Otherwise, he's going to notice that someone's stolen.
The exegesis.
That's just too bad. I need it.
Laku noć, bladi. Laku noć, legendo, hvala što si bio.
Caesar's laurel wreath. If Mortimer really is what my mother says he is, it could mean... No, that's impossible. No, not Caesar. And given all the relics preserved here, it wouldn't surprise me if Mortimer claimed it was Excalibur. Right. I've got what I need. Now let's not waste any more time.
Let's get the fuck out. Dobro.
Atrus, the Miller brothers. Mother expressly forbade me from reading it.
Imala ovdje nešto za... Gdje si, baranko? Pa nije, pazi, u ovo vreme baš je bilo moderno da imaš neku bradurinu. Ja sam htio da se razlikujem od drugih. Tako da, šta ti kažeš? Šta ima, Branko, jesi mi dobar?
Ah, Doriche, congratulations for your efforts with Washington. I see that Sir Gregory did well to trust you. What can I do for you?
I'm dreaming. My mother was right. He's not going to tell me one word about what happened to Emily.
To tell you the truth, I'm in search of an armillary sphere. You wouldn't know where I can find it, would you?
Well, well. So you do have a passion for astronomy. Von Vollner has already bored me quite enough with all of his endless stories. You ought to concentrate, Louis. Politics is an art that requires all one's attention.
Nisu mi špricali anesteziju jer to nije delovalo, nego su na kraju 2 puta su mi špricali anesteziju, onda su 3. put natopili, otvorili su mi zub, 3. put su natopili neku vaticu sa anestezijom i onda su nabili u zub. I onda su ostavili, tek onda je uhvatilo, bre. Ali znam, brete, pa kao živi jebot. Pa kao.
Not too shocked.
I beg your pardon?
About Peru this morning. I asked you if you weren't too shocked by it all.
A da, to kad popusti, to je, brate.
And yourself? Not too shook up?
The only thing that matters to me about that stupid man Peru is the disastrous situation in which it put us for the conference vote. I wonder why Mortimer even allowed him to roam around the manor armed. He was a veritable public danger.
Indeed. You don't seem to be too affected. Tell me. I was wondering. You wouldn't know where to find an armillary sphere, would you?
Do you really think this is the right time? Oh, ask Vollner. I am sure he will know. What with him being passionate about astronomy, you ought to get on fine together. Leave me now. I need to think of a solution.
Pa da, to jeste onda ako imaš već taj neki problem. To je onda druga priča. Čekaj ovako, The Cross of the Clement, to je već uzeto. Exegesis je uzeto. Used by Emma in the Tower Room. Dobro znam. Tower Room je... A to je zapravo ona Biblija što smo rješavali zagonetke s njom, je li tako? I onda idemo u Mortimerovu sobu. Dobro. I trebamo da idemo kod Velnera da vidimo... A, realno sad sam pun, brate, s ovim. Imam sve po 5. Tako da nema potrebe da... Ovo je Napoleon. A ovo mi je ženska. Uraz, čuo sam negdje da je pisnulo. A, ovo. Ne znam da mogu kod njega nisam bio u sobi. Možda ima onaj ember. Evo, nije loše, bret. Nije loše, malo odmaram ovo za praznike. I...
Manuel Godoy, a painting of himself in his room. Now that's not going to help him.
I rekao malo da streamujem, danas montirao neki klipić, pičić.
Don Quixote, talking without Prometheus, punished for stealing fire from the gods and giving it to man.
Za sutra, na oba kanala. Pa ćemo da vidimo kako će prođu. kod nema. Bacio sam neki dinar na promociju ovdje pa da vidimo šta će da bude. 10 evrića sam dao za 4 dana kao.
Amber.
Evo ga Amber, znao sam da će bude ovdje Amber. Pa da vidimo. Nešto sam se dvoumio, znači kao da li da... Čekaj, da li da ulažeš dinar, brate, u mrtvi kanal, ono. Na YouTube-u, preko njihovog, onog, preko AdSense-a. Sam išao na promote, onu opciju.
Inferno by Dante. Abandoned hope, all ye golden elixir.
Pa da vidim da li će da vredi nešto, bret. Jeste, kod je dobro došlo. Ali nego ja nešto ono razmišljam, brate, imali svrhe ulagati u kanal koji je mrtav, brate. Ja ću svakako više da se fokusiram na ovaj FM kanal.
President George Washington.
Tako da s te strane sam bio u fazonu da... A na primjer FM kanal neću to da radim. Neću ništa veštački da radim na njemu. Bukvalno. Njemu ću sve da ostavim natural. Pa gdje je ova nesreća jebat? Izašao na terasu. Brate, treba naći njega. Čuku mater. Evo je.
An armillary sphere. Perfect. That will save me some time. I only hope that he isn't going to realize it right away.
Boraz, pola sobe si mu izneo sad upravo ono. Da čujemo da će me uhvati, bret. Bible, to je znam koje su to vrata. To su ova.
Ah, Louis, glad you're here.
Blasted. He's gonna talk about my mother.
Come and see what I've found. There are pieces of paper in the ashes of the chimney. Someone's been burning something here.
Incredible. He doesn't seem to want to speak to me about what happened between my mother and the Hillsborough sisters. Show me a little.
Look, it's possible to distinguish two different writing styles.
The rest of the
Vidio sam i ljude koji su mrtve kanale dizali. Tako da...
Shit. What on earth is he doing?
Nov mi se svakako...
I see. I know what it's about.
Do you know who was doing their communicating in this room?
Yes, but
Of course, we must keep it to ourselves,
Ne,
because it is still a sensitive matter. Volner and Elizabeth had an affair. Volner hinted that he found a way to
To nikad nisam radio.
I admit it is
Ali
ingenious.
ima bilo je ranije promovisanih klipova isto preko YouTube-a. Nešto je bilo, mislim, preko Facebooka, čak ono ranije kad sam počeo neke promocije, pa su ljudi dolazili.
Wasted enough time. The Bible.
Možda čak i Instagram. Ali veštački kupljenih sabova ne, brate. To baš ne bih radio. To nije puno. A stavio sam ova 4 dana, dok su praznici. Jesam, ja mislim da jesam na, nego jesam na Facebooku, nego ne mogu sjetim da li sam je na Instagramu. 1191, da. Nisam. Znam za igru, znam ko igra, ali nisam nikad igrao. Gledao sam je kod Gajbe, ako se sjećam. Gajba igrao Blasphemous. Nails, to sam bio našao, brate, tamo u onoj... Čekaj. 100% tipa ovdje negdje. Su ono tamo. Evo ih. Nisu, čekaj. Ja, osjeća se, sam ih vidio ovdje negdje. Šta sam ovo uzeo? Vidiš, ovo sam propustio prošli put. Ili ga nije bilo. Čekaj, gdje sam vidio nails, jeboti.
Looks like obsidian or onyx. It must weigh a ton. What on earth could that be?
Metroidvania. Ako pričaš o tim 2D...
There.
Evo ih.
Those are the nails I was looking for.
Ne sjećam se, brate.
It's locked. All right, come on. Let's get out of here. 6466, if I remember correctly.
Brate, ne mogu sjetim iskreno. Ja sam da igram ovaj Prince of Persia, no, mislim od Metroidvanije sam igrao Star Wars Jedi, brate. pokušavam se sjetim, ali mi ne pada ništa na pamet. Nisam Hollow Knight igrao. Znam šta je. I znam da se čeka nastavak ko ozeblo sunce. Wrong room. Možda i nije. Više sam ja sve pozaboravljao. Što pitaš, jesi nabacao na neku dobru ili onako? Chit chat. Blasphemous je fazon i neki kao Souls fazončić. Hollow Knight ne mogu... Mislim, znam kako Hollow Knight je onaj mali... Knight. Ne mogu sjetiti me, ali ona ima Souls elementi ili nema.
So, good. You've managed to gather all the keys.
Yes, that's right. I have everything. What should I start with?
Place the Clement III cross on the console. Then you have to put the nails on the disc of the door.
Eto me za minut, idem samo da piškim. And we're back.
What hole should I put the nails in?
Well, I can't really advise you there, because I haven't exactly made the best choices myself. All I can say is that you have to insert 1 to choose a town, 1 to choose a chapter, and 1 to choose a verse.
Fuck.
What theme did you start with?
As the fresco shows the birth of Christ, I placed 1 nail in Bethlehem, 1 in chapter 2, and 1 in verse 6. The iris opened a little. I thought it was normal. Behind the aperture of the iris, there is a duct in which I put my hand. I felt something like a valve at the bottom. I thought by turning it the door would open, or the iris would open completely, or something else would happen. Instead, I felt something like an axe cut off my hand. I really thought it was the end of me.
What did you do then?
Well, although I had made some unfortunate choices, I was lucky in that Mortimer was well stocked with drugs. I raided his supplies of medicine.
All right, my turn now.
Go ahead, impress me. I'll shut up and let you concentrate.
Ne znam, ja prošli put sam zajebao, to se sjećam. Prošli put sam zajebao. Diskec.
This exegesis contains comments from Judas on the different Gospels. It only contains certain chapters and verses, and the chapters are indicated by Roman numerals. The lexicon refers to different chapters and verses from the exegesis of Judas. Chapter 2, verse 6. Jesus was born of Mary and Joseph on the 22nd of Taveth at midnight, 3762, in the village of Bethlehem. Chapter 2, verse 6. And so it was that, while they were there, the days were accomplished that she should be delivered of a child. And she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. And there were in the same country shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone round about them, and they were sore afraid.
Dobro, Isus jeste rođen u Betlihemu, tako piše.
What theme did you start with?
As the fresco shows the birth of Christ, I placed 1 nail in Bethlehem, 1 in chapter 2, and 1 in verse 6. The iris opened a little. I thought it was normal. Behind the aperture of the iris, there is a duct in which I put my hand. I felt something like a valve at the bottom. I thought by turning it the door would open, or the iris would open completely, or something else would happen. Instead, I felt something like an axe cut off my hand. I really thought it was the end of me.
What did you do then?
Well, although I had made some unfortunate choices, I was lucky in that Mortimer was well stocked with drugs. I raided his supplies of medicine.
The cycle of the moons has nothing to do with what I'm doing right now. The cross is stuck in the mechanism. I can't do anything.
Ajde ovako. Krštenje, raspeće, večera, presuda, čuda, rođenje, trojstvo, vaskrsenje.
Chapter 2, verse 6.
Jesus was born
of Mary and Joseph on the 22nd of Taveth at midnight, 3762, in the village of Bethlehem.
22nd of Taveth. Ja ovdje imam... nemam.
The fresco clearly shows the birth of Christ.
Louis, I can assure you that that is not the solution to this enigma. This fresco's only purpose is to mislead. I know that now. Please, focus on another theme about Christ.
We'll have to trust her. Mortimer deliberately set a trap by showing the birth of Christ, then maybe the solution is the contrary. The death of Christ in that case? Yes, it's definitely a representation of the birth of Christ, but some of the details have flaked away. I can't see any other clues. One thing is for sure, this enigma deals with the life of Jesus, like my mother said. You could see that the paint has come off in parts. Difficult to see what was there, but I can distinguish the letters N-R-I. Nothing more. Why, of course. They're part of the initials I-N-R-I that you can find on the cross of Jesus at his crucifixion. Why, of course, I-N-R-I, Jesus Nazarenus Rex Eudorum. These initials stand for Jesus the Nazarene, King of the Jews. This is the inscription which appears on the cross at the crucifixion of Jesus.
Crucifixion tražimo.
Chapter 19, verse 17.
19:17.
Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3793, in a place near Jerusalem. The Romans put a crown of thorns on his head. Chapter 19, verse 17. And he, bearing his cross, went forth into a place called the place of a skull, which is called in the Hebrew Golgotha, where they crucified him, and two others with him, on either side, and Jesus in the midst.
Gdje je on tačno? Čekaj. Jerusalim ovdje, bret.
Chapter 19, verse 17.
19, 17.
And he, bearing his cross, went forth into a place called the place of a skull, which is called in the Hebrew Golgotha, where they crucified him, and 2 others with him, on either side, and Jesus in the midst.
Ima. Uh, 19, to je x, x i x. Jerusalim. Prelazim opet, ali prošli put sam se zajebao, a ovaj puzzle daje ti igra da ga zajebeš. Ako ga zajebeš, ode ruk. Prošli put sam ga zajebao. Tako bilo. XX 17 Jerusalim.
Chapter 19,
Da.
verse 17. Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3793, in a place near Jerusalem. The Romans put a crown of thorns on his head.
Kako misliš drugačije?
Chapter 19,
Vidi mene, read again.
verse 17. Jesus was crucified.
U duše sad imam igru na Steamu, tada je nisam imao na Steamu, ako me razumeš.
Near Jerusalem. The Romans put a crown of thorns on his head.
Ali pazi ovo. 8 of Nisan 3793. Jer ja mi to... Imam. To je sad fora. Da li je ovo 8. april 29? Jer je 26. mart 33. Viš ima 3 kao mart, ali ne vjerujem da bi, mislim da bi išli više sa brojevima.
It looks like there are 3 types of inscriptions. Clearly, we have names of towns, Arabian numerals, and Roman numerals. There are 3 styles of writing, and I've got 3 nails. There must be a link. I must surely put in 1 nail per category. These towns have one thing in common. They're all related to the life and death of Jesus. For example, Jordan is the place of the baptism of Christ.
Say the keys. Ali dobro, ja sam sad insertovao nails, ne razumem. Ajde probamo ovo što je kjeva njega, da vidim što će se desiti. Znači, Bethlehem 2... Šest.
Interesting.
Louis, be very careful. I got the same result just before losing my arm.
Dobro. Ne. Vidite, znači onda nije Jerusalim 1917, nego moramo da gađamo datum. Osmi April. April je 4. mjesec. Imamo broj 8. Ajde, chat sad razvaliti. Ne. Znači, 8. april ne, možda 26. mart. Ima 26 negdje. Ima 22. Izgleda sam uspeo.
It works. Well done, Louis. I hadn't seen those other wheels. Try connecting the theme to see if it goes all the way.
Ujebote život.
There must surely be a connection between the wheels. This wheel represents the different moons. In the occult sciences, we represent the full moon by an X. As for the dark moon, called the new moon, in cults, it's often associated with something harmful. The totally black moon corresponds to the new moon. So, going clockwise, we have the waning crescent, the last quarter, the waning gibbous, the full moon, the waxing gibbous, the first quarter, and lastly, the waxing crescent. There are different icons on this wheel, but it looks like some of them can't be connected to the other wheels. I think I can make out each one of the icons apart from the one covered in blood. Going clockwise from the one I just mentioned, we have the halo that represents the resurrection. The waves represent the baptism of Jesus. It's more difficult to identify the next one. Maybe a crib, and in that case it's surely linked to the birth of Christ. The red herring that my mother followed. Then, the symbol represents the crown of thorns that Jesus wore during his crucifixion. The dove also represents the baptism. Certainly another red herring. Then comes the symbol of the Trinity. And finally, the candle that must stand for the Last Supper.
Oh, brat.
This wheel contains several symbols made up of one or two figures and one letter. The highest figure does not exceed 31, and each letter corresponds to a month of the year. A for April, and M for March. I think these symbols must represent a specific date.
Da bi je trebalo ove datume da izvrtim kad se šta desilo. Ali buraz, ja ovdje ništa ne vidim. Znači, ajmo ovako, kad je rođen on?
Chapter 2, verse 6. Jesus was born of Mary and Joseph on the 22nd of Teveth at midnight, 3762, in the village
of Bethlehem. Sad ću da vidim 22nd of Teveth koji je, što ga nema ovdje. 22nd Teveth. Julian date. 22nd, znači Hebrew kalendar 22nd tevet je 3. januar. Ok. Video sam 3. januar, bio je ovdje. Evo ga. Dobro. Valjda je ovo. E sad, Moons, jebi ga, bret. Ajde da vidimo ovako. Analyze inside wheels. Evo sekund, ovi datumi mi više, ne, valjda me više neće trebati.
I think I can make out each one of the icons apart from the one covered in blood. Going clockwise from the one I just mentioned, we have the halo that represents the resurrection. The waves represent the baptism of Jesus. It's more difficult to identify the next one. Maybe a crib, and in that case it's surely linked to the birth of Christ. The red herring that my mother followed. Then, the symbol represents the crown of thorns that Jesus wore during his crucifixion. The dove also represents the baptism. Certainly another red herring. Then comes the symbol of the Trinity. And finally, the candle that must stand for the Last Supper.
Ne, ovdje se ne uklapa nešto. Gledam šta... Gledam šta je gdje, šta se gdje izdešavalo, brate, jer ne mogu da... Idem razapet na krst. To je bilo 3. april. Jeste. A pokušavam da vidim šta se gdje izdešavalo. Gdje je bila posljednja večer u Jerusalimu? Dobro. Čekaj, ali ako idem na to... Stani, posljednja večera je bilo u Jerusalimu, znači posljednja večera treba da ide na Jerusalim. Je li tako? To je ova sveća. Ne vidiš, ovo je krib. Pa da, ali ovaj... Judina ova... Tako da upravo si. Ja ovdje čitam šta je po Bibliji, ali ovdje su malo drugačija pravila. Ajmo ovako.
Chapter 14, verse 22. On the 7th of Nisan, 3793, Jesus shared his last supper in the synagogue in Jerusalem.
Chapter
14, verse 22. And as they did eat, Jesus took bread and blessed and broke it and gave to them and said, "Take, eat. This is my body." And he took the cup, and when he'd given thanks, he gave it to them, and they all drank of it. Chapter 14, verse 22. On the 7th of Nisan, 3793, Jesus shared his last supper in the synagogue in Jerusalem.
Seventh of Nisan I 5. April. A 8th of Nisan. Dobro, 6. April. Nema, brate.
Chapter 14, verse 22. On the 7th of Nisan, 3793, Jesus shared his last supper in the synagogue in Jerusalem.
Mart 33. Ja imam 26. Mart 33. Evo te mi neko rekao ću da konvertujem Gregorijanski u kalendar, brate, znači ono...
Chapter 2, verse 6. Jesus was born of Mary and Joseph on the 22nd of Taveth at midnight, 3762, in the village of Bethlehem.
I 1762. Nemam taj datum. Nemam taj datum. On je kršten u Jordanu, tako?
Chapter 1,
verse 9. Jesus was baptized by John in Jordan on the 9th of Hesvan, 3852.
3852. 3852. 9. Hesvan. Hesvan. To je 9. oktobar. 90, nemam ni to. Moram da nađem nešto što odgovara ovom kalendaru.
Chapter 1, verse 9. And it came to pass in those days that Jesus came from Nazareth of Galilee and was baptized by John in Jordan. And coming up out of the water, he saw the heavens opened, and the Spirit like a dove descending upon him.
Idemo na zaret ovdje.
Chapter 24, verse 3. Jesus rose from the dead on the 14th of Nisan, 3793, in Nazareth. He appeared with a halo above his head.
Dobro, mislim da ovo imamo 14. Nisan 3793. To je 1. april 33. To imamo. Ok. Znači, to bi onda bilo ovako na zaret. Prvi april, ovo mi se slaže, je tako? 1. april, da. Ali icons... Gdje mu je... Ovo nije Halo, ovo je... Evo sam ja čorav, bret. Čekaj.
I think I can make out each one of the icons apart from the one covered in blood. Going clockwise from the one I just mentioned, we have the halo that represents the resurrection. The waves represent the baptism of Jesus. It's more difficult to identify the next one.
Ok, znači halo je...
Crib, and in that case it
bukvalno je ovdje.
the birth of Christ. The red herring that the mother followed. Then the symbol represents the crown of thorns that Jesus wore during his crucifixion.
13 dana, da, jest u danima razlika, ali ne znam za godine i za, ne znam što su ovi mjeseci njihovi. Ovo je sad ovako. Ovo je Halo. Ali vidiš, ja sad ako prebacim Halo ovdje, voda je u Betlihemu. A ako je vodu, a on nije, on je rekao da water represents the baptism. A on nije kršten u Betlihemu, on je kršten u Jordanu. Tako da je sada to malo je zajebano. Ajde da probamo ovo da vidimo. Ovo će vjerojatno da nam kaže za ovaj treći deo puzzla, za ove mesece.
During new moon, the moon is entirely in the shadow. Then, the shadow moves from west to east, meaning left to right, and goes through the following states: waxing crescents, first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous, last quarter, waning crescent, and the cycle starts over with the full shadowed new moon. The moon shadow moves from west to east. Eighth of Ramadan, 553, waxing crescent.
Eighth of Ramadan. Naravno da nemam kurčinu. Imamo ovaj 7th of Shaban.
7th of Shaban, 607, first quarter.
First quarter. Seventh of Shaban je 8. Nisan. 26. Mart. 33.
13th of Shaban,
ne bre.
607, waxing gibbous.
26. Mart. Evo ga 26. Mart. Šta je tu?
During new moon, the moon is entirely in the shadow. Then, the shadow moves from west to east, meaning left to right, and goes through the following states: waxing crescents, first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous, last quarter, waning crescent, and the cycle starts over with a full shadowed new moon. The totally black moon corresponds to the new moon, so, going clockwise, we have the waning crescent, the last quarter, the waning gibbous, the full moon, the waxing gibbous, the first quarter, and lastly, the waxing crescent.
Ne mogu, već mi mozak me već utupao.
In the occult sciences, we represent the full moon by an X. As for the dark moon, called the new moon, in cults, it's often associated with something harmful.
Dark moon je new moon.
The totally black moon corresponds to the new moon, so, going clockwise, we have the waning crescent, the last quarter, the waning gibbous, the full moon, the waxing gibbous, the first quarter, and lastly, the waxing crescent.
Po njima je first quarter ovo što je već namešteno na 26. mart. Znači first quarter je half moon.
Look at this. There are notches between each of the wheels. So, I have to link the name of the town from the theme I've chosen to an icon, then to a date, and finally, the date to the moon. The moon's shadow moves from west to east. During new moon, the moon is entirely in the shadow. Then, the shadow moves from west to east, meaning left to right, and goes through the following states: waxing crescents, first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous, last quarter, waning crescent, and the cycle starts over with a full shadowed new moon.
Šta, ja ću vrlo uskoro da šljusnem ruku unutra pa šta bude. Neka bude da je ovako. Baranko, jesi tu? Čekaj. Vidimo kakav je bio mjesec kad se Isus rodio. Moon on Christ birth. Šta mi vidiš, da guram u ruku ili da gledam na netu kako se ovo rešava? Piše lunar eklips. Na rođenju i na smrti. Ja evo otvorio kalkulator, brate, znači ne ono... Hebrew date converter. Hebcat.com. Znaš kako? Neću da gledam na Google. Nego ću ovako da ga ostavim. I da gurnem ruku. A? Pa šta bude? Jer ove slike mi se ne poklapaju mi se sa dešavanjima. Mislim, svako ti nastavljaš igru, ne možeš da poginiš ili ništa, igra se nastavlja, nego... Ajmo. Ovo je kraj, inače, epizode.
I can feel the lever at the bottom.
Good luck.
Ajmo. Aj sad da vidimo koje je rešenje. Ajde da vidimo koje je rešenje. Kaže ovako. The wheel of the icon should see the T symbol facing north, pointing towards Bethlehem. The wheel of the dates should have 8A, pointing north toward Bethlehem. Znači treba da bude Bethlehem, T ili ti sveća, ova što je ovaj rekao da je bio, da predstavlja tajnu večeru, ili ti posljednju večeru, koja nema veze sa Bethlehemom, jer je bilo u Jerusalimu. Ali možda su podaci u ovoj Judinoj knjigi drugačiji. Tu je možda caka bila. I kaže should have the full moon covered in blood facing south east. Znači to je trebalo da zarotiramo za 1. Neko je napisao ovo ispod komentar. I'm going to test it now. If you get my hand chopped, I will make it my life purpose to hunt you down. That was dumb. Izgleda da mu je otpala ruka, čekaj. Gdje ima na YouTube-u?
Reassure me, we aren't going to have to force that one, are we?
I don't think we're even capable of doing it.
Čekaj. A da, jest. Znači, ide sveća, 8A. Da, tako treba. Znači, ide sveća, 8A i prvav deo ide jugoistočno. To ću sad da zapišem ovdje u slučaju da Betlehem, sveća, 8A, krvav mesec, jugoistočno. Šta ne smijem da šerujem? Da može ponovo, bilo bi dobro, bret. Ali ne može. Ja se prošli put ne sjećam ni da sam ovaj deo, ovaj ovdje zlatni deo u Success posljednje što piše I unlock the first wheel of the crypt door. Prošli put se nećem čak da sam to uradio. Čekaj baš da im na streamu da li sam pa mogu sam, ali nema veze, mislim, to, kažem ti, ništa ti to ne remeti gameplay, samo ti eto ubijati XP, nećeš dobiti XP. To je fora. Samo da vidim kako sam ga ja namestio pre nego što sam turio ruku u... Čekaj. Vidim koliko sam omašio. Omašio sam u pičku lepu materinu. Sve mi kontra bilo. Znači sveća mi bila dole. Datume sam omašio za jedan. Znači za još jedan counterclockwise. I meseci za jedan counterclockwise. A ove ikone sam omašio u 3 majčine, vred. Alternativ pac ti je kada imaš choice, da li ćeš jedno ili drugo. Tipa, kada si ne znam, u dijalogu sa neka dva lika i onda ti igra natera da odabereš hoćeš jedan ili drugi. I tipa ne znam, hoćeš da staneš na stranu jednog ili drugog. To ti je alternate 5. Znači ti kad staneš na stranu jednog, tebi će alternate 5 da kaže tu si mogao da staneš i na stranu ovog. Ima ovaj branching story, nije linearna. Ni level nisam dobio, jebate. Ok, video sam u principu video sam koje je rješenje zagonetke, ali me zanima, da ću možda pogledam posle kako je došlo do tog rješenja, kojom logikom. Mislim, komplikovana je zagonetka. Ja kapiram da sve one opcije tamo u Bibliji nisu slučajno tu, nego da moraš da prođeš kroz sve. Ja sam mislio da ću to, jel te, sad ću ja tu kao nešto, cutting corners, čitam neke datume i tu nešto nabadam. I onda mi ništa ne bude jasno tamo kad se one ikone ne slažu. A onda ti zatvara neke puteve, otvara ti neki drugi. Na kraju se sve svodi na ovo, doći ćeš ti ovdje svakako, jer poenta priče da ti nađeš tvoju kevu i da vidiš šta se s njom dešava. Tako da svakako ćeš na kraju doći ovdje. Ali, znaš, eto, mogao sam, ne znam da li si bio tada, onaj lik se ubio, mogao sam da ga sprečim da se ubije, onda bi mi možda, ne znam, pomogao dalje ili otkud znam. Bilo je u prvom streamu je bila fora kada sam trebao da otkrijem skrivenu poruku, pa sam trebao da znam sa kojim materijalom, u knjizi je neko napisao, pa je trebalo da znam sa kojim materijalom ja treba tu poruku da polijem ili šta treba da posmem da bi ta poruka bila vidljiva, pa onda sam posao pogrešan, pa onda izgubiš deo poruke pa ne znaš, nego moraš onda sam da tražiš dalje, da se snalaziš. Tako da te neke stvari ili ti otežavaju ili ti olakšavaju misije, a ovo da se prikloniš jednom ili drugom samo ti otvara jedan deo priče ili drugi. Ili ti jedan zaplet ili drugi zaplet. Ali ne utiče toliko na glavnu priču. Ne, ovo je napredak. Kažem ti, sad sam uspio da otvorim ovaj drugi krug. Mislim da prvi put nisam otvorio taj drugi krug. Mislim da sam otvorio... prvi put sam baš bez razmišljanja igrao. Ja mislim da sam kliknuo neka 3 random. Kliknuo sam one eksere random dok se nije otvorilo, ali da ne odaberem to što je ona odabrala. Meni se otvorilo onaj mali prvi krug i ja sam odmah šljusnuo ruku unutra i samo cap. Ovdje sam otvorio i ovaj drugi deo. Ja se ne sjećam da prvi put kad sam igrao da sam imao ovaj drugi deo. Možda i jesam, ali se ne sjećam. Ali je zajeban puzzle dosta. Ovi main puzzle su malo zajebani i sve se svodi na Bibliju. I u drugoj epizodi je bio jedan puzzle sa Biblijom. Odnosno morao si da gledaš slike, da vidiš koji su to apostoli, pa onda ne znam na osnovu njih da tražiš koji je chapter u Bibliji, koji je vers, pa onda iz tog chaptera i versa dobiješ skrivenu poruku. Pa znam ta skrivena poruka vodi dalje, pa onda opet nađeš neku sliku, pa ti on opet da neki clue koji chapter, koji vers, ali ne da ti clue jednostavno, nego ti da fazu nešto matematički. Oduzmeš od ovog ovoliko, dodaš ovdje onoliko, pa ti onda razmišljaš pa nabadaš. Pa može i bez, ali vjerujem da imaš predznanje da bi bilo lakše. Na šta da se radi? Čekaj ovako. A ima, ali nije mi to, mislim... Jesam to sa Biblijom, to sa Biblijom, posljednji deo zagonetke nisam znao, pa sam ga proguglao. I iskreno kada sam ga proguglao, bio sam u fazonu, nema šanse da bi ga izvalio, znači nema teorije. Možda posle 4 sata igranja, provaljivanja iz očaja bi kliknuo pa bi provalio, ali nema šanse. Nju sam googlao, zato što ti faktički ta zagonetka stopira progres. Ovdje u ovom slučaju, ako pogrešiš, nije ti stopiran progres, ti nastavljaš dalje, samo što ostaješ bez ruke, jebi ga. Tako da u tom slučaju mi je bez veze da googlam. Ako mi ne stopira progres, onda mi je bez veze. Onda ću da pokušam, ako uspijem, ako ne uspijem, jebi ga, šta da se radi. Tako da eto, ekipca, sutra ili ti danas 2 klipa, jedan na Gaming Freaku, jedan na Karna, i sutra ćemo, ako budem stigao u toku dana da završimo ovaj council, jer planiram opet igrati ne vjerujem da ću opet igrati mislim završit ću igru, ne vjerujem da ću ovo igrati iz početka. Tako da sutra ćemo završimo 4. i 5. epizodu, a onda uveče ako se budemo iskombinovali Sina i ja da cepamo Gears, ako se budemo iskombinovali. A onda ćemo za subotu da vidimo šta je kako. Ako pređemo ovo sutra, možda bi u subotu mogli GTA 4 da cijepamo. Nešto sam razmišljao, ali Oblivion, neće Oblivion. GTA ćemo. Pa po onome što sam ja video, pazi, po onome što sam ja video, ovaj treći chapter je, treća epizoda je 3 sata. Mi smo na 3,5 sata. Ajde da kažem 3,5 sata. Sa pauzom, sa ovim, sa onim. Znači, probili smo neki pola sata. S tim što smo izgubili 45 minuta na ovoj zagonetki. Četvrti je, mislim, oko 2 sata i peti je, ja mislim da je peti chapter najkraći. To je 5. epizoda. Sad ću vidimo koliko su koliko su otprilike prešli. The Council Episode 4. Evo, neki lik je epizodu prešao za 2 sata i 10 minuta, neko je prešao za sat i 30, neko za sat 50, 2 i 5. Ja u principu obično gledam ove koji su najduže prešli, pošto meni treba, znači da kažemo da je za 2 sata i 10 minuta i da će meni trebati 2,5 sata, da kažemo. Epizod 5, evo, sat vremena. Čekaj da vidimo ovaj lik, Father mu se zove kanal, on je prešao za sat i 15. On je prešao za sat i 15. Pa još nekih 4-5 sati streama možda. Jeste, ali ne znam koliko će imati vremena za Oblivion. To je problem. Ne mogu ja to pređem u 5 streamova, nema šanse. Nema sile, s obzirom na način na koji ja igram. Tako da vidit ću. Ništa, Baranko. To je bilo to. Sutra, kažem, ćemo da nastavimo. Sutra 2 klipa na oba kanala, po jedan, i sutra uveče možda bude stream sa ja i sina Gears. A onda ćemo za vikend da vidimo šta ćemo i kako ćemo. Sutra se vidimo. Hvala na druženju. Laku noć i odmaranje. Ajde, vozdrica.